Welcome back to Grit Gym, guys. You guys asked, and so you get. Rachel's back. Tuesday, she's going to do coffee again for you. She's going to show you how she does this for a 1 cup with her little tiny, little miniature French press thing. Is that what you call that? Just a mini?
It's like a 1 serving.
It's just a 1 serving. So she's going to hit that in a second here when the timer goes off, because coffee takes a little while to do the thing that whatever it does that you know about that I don't really know much about. But anyway, today we're going to talk about how your dreams, how you can use your dreams to improve your life, how you can use your dreams to learn from, to improve your life, to get what you want in your life. And this is going to be an interesting talk because Rachel and I actually disagree wholeheartedly.
No, not wholeheartedly.
Not wholeheartedly?
No.
Just slightly, but we do disagree on this topic. So by the end of this, hopefully I can get her convinced of my way, or I can understand her and she can understand me, and our relationship can grow because of this, and hopefully you guys' relationship with us too, right?
Sure, yeah.
What do you need to tell them about this? Or what do you want to tell them about
coffee?
This? Yeah.
Oh. What about it?
Well, I don't know. Isn't it? Well, I know this is a medium roast, so it's just not burnt to a crisp, basically. And I put it in that thing, and then I wait 5 minutes, and then I lift it, and then I push it down, and I pour it out.
It's a French press.
And it gives me a hug.
It's a French press.
That's about all I know.
It has to sit in the hot water before it's actually brewed. Like, it's not like an espresso where it's forced through with hot water. It's a French press. So you have, what did you set it for? 4.5 minutes?
Yeah, I set it for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so for 5 minutes. And then once that's done, this will filter out the coffee beans, and then you have regular coffee. So you don't need electricity. This is good for camping.
It is good for camping.
Or no electricity, or something easy.
What kind of coffee is it? Tell me about the coffee.
Oh, which one did you put in there?
I put that medium one.
What's the medium one?
The blues.
Oh, okay. Well, what about it? I don't know what you were asking.
No, I don't have to be asking anything. But anyway, so guys, my position on dreams. So coffee is like the opposite of sleeping, right? So maybe this is a good avenue. I don't know, but my position on dreams is that, and the guy that I learned a lot of this mindset stuff from was who I learned about dreams from, or how to look at dreams in a way that you can use them as a tool. So to me, dreams are like, whether you believe in this or you don't believe in this, I don't really care. You can sell yourself whatever you want to be sold on. But there are windows to your subconscious. So you can see things in your subconscious that you couldn't have seen had you not had the dream. Had the dream was a window to your subconscious. Your subconscious you don't really get. Time. No, but I'll just drink the rest of mine.
Okay.
So then she pushes it down, and then she pours it out. And then you feel really good in about 20 minutes. But anyway, so there are windows to subconscious. And your subconscious is, we like to think that our conscious mind as humans is more important than our subconscious mind, and that it can trump it, that we can override our conscious mind. But our conscious mind has been around for a lot longer than our subconscious mind has been around a lot longer. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Than our conscious mind has. So your subconscious will trump the conscience every time, unless you're extremely aware of it. And so when you start to challenge these things, these things that you believe to you, that you believe are accurate, that you believe are true to you, they're truths, they're absolutes, that you could believe that this is black, and I could believe that this is white, and we could be arguing about colors, and you could believe that the color like this is actually black, and that I could believe that this color is actually white, and we would just be arguing each other's belief structures, so it would be true to us. And so like, if you could be like, okay, well, if I could call a book a banana and the pages the peels, then it would be the same thing, just words and containers. Then I just challenged a belief structure in my head. I might have a dream that happens because of that, because I challenged my truths, and then you can learn about your truth from that dream as a symbolic sort of way.
An example.
An example?
Of
like
a dream.
What's it? Okay, so...
And how it has you figure out that dreams have something to do with your subconscious.
My subconscious.
And
So
your conscious.
when I first learned about the dream thing, I started talking to this guy that it was along the same lines. It was the first time I ever met him, and he was a sports psych coach. And and I said, I had this weird dream the other day, and we weren't even talking about anything in particular. He was like, "Oh yeah, what was the dream about?" And I was like, "Okay, well, you're going to take an interest in this? All right, I'll tell you." So I told him the dream, and it was when I was a kid. It was a dream about when I was a kid, and this didn't actually happen, but I was in the car with my dad, or in a truck with my dad, and we were on empty, like the truck was out of fuel, but we were going for like miles and miles, like 300 miles, always on empty. And I was like, and that was the whole dream. And
Is
he
it
got
reoccurring?
it happened every once in a while, yeah. And he was like, well, I imagine that this, and this, and I imagine that this, and this. And I was like, you know nothing about me. And it wasn't like horoscope stuff where they just are really ambiguous with their statements. Like, he was dead on specific. And I was like, okay, well, that's accurate, so that's weird. And so we started doing that, and I would, like, we kind of became friends, and I started going back and forth with him. He would challenge me on certain things, and we'd talk about stuff, but he said, I imagine that you, like, I forget what he said, but it was something about, like, basically it's symbolic of being exhausted. Like, you just feel like you're always running on empty, like you're always not, like you don't have enough fuel to push through your day, that you're always exhausted because you can't.
Why was your dad there?
I don't know why he was there.
Maybe you just haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, maybe I just haven't figured that out. But like it's like symbolic symbolism, isn't that? Yeah,
That's hot.
Symbolism. I bet that is pretty hot coffee.
It's not ready yet.
It's not your. Rachel likes it a little bit cooled down from.
It's probably perfect for you.
But no, there's another one where one of the most interesting dreams I've ever had was this time frame where it was not a very like happy moment, like happy period in my life. There was a lot of changes happening all at once. The business was about to fail. I just got out of a terrible relationship. It was like the first year of Grit Gym. It was before you and I started, like maybe like a year and a half, 2 years before we started doing this thing. I know.
Okay.
Anyway, so I had this dream, and I had made some decisions along the way, and I think I was 27 years old at the time, or 26 or whatever, and I just remember there was 27 cars. There was the same amount of cars in a row as there was the years that I was old, and I was putting all these bags in, and everybody was really sad, and it was like this dream that I was going to go on what I kind of took out of it was this dream that I was going somewhere, and I wasn't going to come back the same way that I was when I left.
Like a road trip or a trip?
No, like I was gone. Like I was never coming back.
Oh.
Like the same person was never coming back.
Okay. Well, is that what happened?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You knew you were about to take a different road in your life?
Yeah.
And not come back the same?
Yeah, and I didn't come back the same at all.
Why 27 cars though?
I don't remember if I was 26 or 27 years old.
Okay.
But I know that there was the same number of cars as there was years that I was old. I just remember after I woke up and I was sitting there, I was like analyzing this dream, and I was like, what does this mean? Like, this is so crazy. That was such an emotional ride. And
So your dreams have themes?
my dreams do.
Yeah. Well, that's the theme that you got out of it.
What do you mean by themes?
Like your theme in that dream was like taking a new path and not coming back the same.
Yeah.
Is basically what you got out of it.
Yeah.
But
What I learned from it, yeah.
yeah. But a lot of other dreams, they have their own themes.
Like what?
I
What's
don't
one?
know,
Like, what's a
like,
dream that you've had? Didn't you have a dream the other night that you were?
Which one?
Oh, the Piper Chloe dream,
What?
where it was like they had replaced, like you had replaced
it
your
was
siblings.
the weirdest. Basically, it was like my two little sisters who I care about a lot. Like somehow they were out of the picture, like gone or had died or something, and it was like somebody had stuck two new little
like little imposter sisters.
And I cared about them too, but it was like, I was like, how does nobody care or want to like remember our 2 other sisters that like are gone now? Like, this is the saddest thing ever. It was like, or just like replacements, like your parents replacing your fish to like see if you notice or something, like so you don't get upset. But it was like my sisters.
It was your sisters.
I don't know what the theme of that would be, but
so my thought is like go into analysis mode is like her little sisters are growing up. They're teenagers now. They're about to go from being little kids to being women.
Yeah.
You know, independent, strong women.
So
and they're not like it's not like you're 16 years old and they're 1 anymore.
So I'd imagine like a lot of like, I don't know, I don't feel like a parent to them, but I feel like I've watched them grow up. I was old enough. They're 12 years younger than me. I was 12 when they were born.
That's crazy.
So I feel like I was old enough to be able to appreciate when they were small as a parent, you know, like.
Yeah, so that's what, like, I'm looking at, like, the symbolism there and being like, okay, well, now you're a little bit scared that they're going to grow up and not be the same that they were, but you've accepted that they're not the same that they were anyway, so you still care about them. But your point on dreams is that they're not all symbolic, they're not all...
I think it depends on, like, the depth of sleep that you're in. Like, you can, I don't know, I think there's more weight in some of them than others.
Sure, but a dream's a dream. Like, if you're dreaming, you're dreaming.
Like, you know when you're in that, like, kind of twitchy stage where it's like you're just falling asleep and you, like, kind of maybe you trip or something? Like, kind of jerk out of it? So, I've been, like, challenged, like the thing at the vine. I've been challenged to jump and hit the top of the ceiling with my hand, and I cannot get it yet.
But you're like close.
But like I am close enough to the point where I've like been practicing in my dreams. And the other day, I snoozed off, and I jumped because I was like getting ready to leap up and hit the ceiling. And that's how much it was, like, affecting me. Like, I didn't know it was, like, affecting me like that.
See,
like,
that's why I think that they're symbolic. Like, they're there.
They are. They're in the back
like,
of your mind, but they're not in the front of your mind. They're not right here. They're, like, right here. You're not going to forget about them.
But they're still, like, your mind had to create that. Like,
point of view.
It had to create it based on something.
I know, yeah.
And, like,
so
if
it's like, what do babies dream about?
Like I've had the football dream before where I'm just so close to being able to tackle the guy, and I don't quite get there. And if you look at that moment, those moments in my life, it's when I was like having a really hard time dealing with that fear of not being enough. Like I was just close enough, but I didn't quite get the guy.
So your brain is using football as like a...
My brain uses football for everything.
Okay.
Almost anyway. That was like a big realization in the mindset game, is that football is not life. You never line up 50 yards away from somebody in real life and slam into each other as hard as you possibly can. You'd go to jail for that. So football's not like life. Even though coaches say that football's like life, that's bullshit.
So your brain is kind of picking up on things that you see in your everyday life and putting those situations into your theme of your dream.
I think so.
That's what I was saying. Like, what do you think babies dream about?
I mean, they don't
like
even have
wanting certain things. Like,
maybe they drink.
Because all they think about it really is like, oh, I'm poopy. Oh, I'm
hungry. I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't gotta go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna let it go. Like, the world is their bathroom.
Yeah. So they're like, they have like 5 emotions basically.
I don't know. I don't know enough. But you see babies doing they're like eating in their sleep.
That's true.
But no, like the first time that we were going over this, like Rachel had told me a dream, and she's like going through the dream, and I was like, I wonder what that means. And she didn't say anything, and I like started talking about like the symbolism behind it and like what it could mean, and she's like, that's bullshit.
No, I think that you can overanalyze dreams. Some people could sit there all day and create something out of nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people do that with... So they could sit there on a dream that, like, could mean one thing, but to another person it means something completely different, and it's total bullshit.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's just
what I'm
like
saying.
the truth
You
thing.
can
Like,
overanalyze.
if you believe that I don't know, if you believe that this is black, then who am I to say that it's not? That's your truth.
I know, yeah.
Like,
So
to
I'm
me,
saying,
this is white. This thing's white.
But I'm saying, okay, as you yourself, like, you could sit there and, like, overanalyze a dream into being something negative, but maybe it was, like, something positive.
Sure.
It could be either or. And also, it could be, like, a sign, like, certain things that you dream about, it could be a sign that that's troubling you in, like, your day-to-day kind of stuff. Like, it's a different way of processing information, I think.
What?
Like,
Dreams
your mind is, yeah, in your subconscious, you're processing certain emotions or life events in different ways, and it kind of gives you a new perspective that you wouldn't have been able to think of in the daytime because you're distracted by everything else.
That's 100% what this video is about.
It's like a deeper kind of view.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame that you can't remember dreams.
Or that sometimes you forget them, you mean?
Well, like, even the details, like, certain details, like, slip away seconds and seconds and seconds go by.
My dreams are so insane that I think that if I could experience them as, like, an exact memory, I think I would be even weirder than I think I'd be, like, off the charts crazy. Yeah, I think I'd have,
I can't. Unless I, like, concentrate, like, super hard and try to slip back into it and, like, I don't know. It's just... It has to really stick with me to, like, make a impact.
But I think the most interesting thing that you said there is, like, how you use your dreams. Because I think of dreams, like, a dream is a tool. It gives you a window into your subconscious. You get to learn about you. Like, if I'm driving around on empty with my dad, like, what's that mean about being in the car? What's that mean about driving? What's that mean about my dad and I's relationship? I have no idea. I think my dad and I's relationship is just fine.
So
but at the same time, like, maybe something's there that I'm not noticing, and maybe I can ask him about it. Maybe I can have a discussion with myself about it. Maybe I can talk with you about it. Be like, what is this? What am I missing? What could I see here to open up new avenues for my mind and my experience in life?
Exploring it.
Yeah. Exactly. So, like, I look at dreams like they're a tool. You can use them to learn more about you, and ipso facto, you end up having a better life for it.
That's true. What's Aaron saying?
Aaron, well, first he said boobs, because I think he's talking about babies. Like, what do babies dream about?
Boobs.
Babies probably dream about boobs. Write them down with a dream journal. Yeah, I have a dream journal right beside my... I have heard of them, but never have used. That way you get all the details down. I've used a dream journal a lot, actually. For a couple of years, every time I would have a dream, and I was having dreams like every night, I'd sit there and scribble it down in the dark, so in the morning you're kind of like, what the hell's going on? But Joanne says, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Seriously, it is.
Yeah,
sometimes a dream is just a dream. So I can see your point of view too, that, like, dreams can just mean nothing. Like, who knows?
Also,
maybe they do. I can see that. I don't think that that's accurate, but I can see that perspective.
And also, like, when you're kind of in that lucid state, you can kind of manipulate your dreams. You know what I mean?
I don't get to do that very often.
I'm getting really good at it. Because it's like you're not really in complete control. But it's like, you just think about it, and it's like, oh, I think I can make this dream go in this direction, or I think I can make it go in this direction. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But when it does, it's really cool. So in that way, I don't think that dreams are, like, necessarily as, I don't know.
They have to be.
I think
they
are.
They have to be based on something, though.
They are, but I don't know, the dream journal thing is, I like the idea for maybe, like, in the morning, but, like, in the middle of the night, that would kind of mess my sleep up. Like, I don't know, I'm
like a professional. Like, I'm really good at, like, not just like a solid rock just right away.
Well, yeah, you're good at sleeping. I'm not. if I were to just like
That's
obsess
a practice, though.
I know, but I'm practicing, believe me. But you are like on another level. Like
7 seconds. But,
seriously,
but
you
I
hit the
also,
pillow, and 15 seconds later, I hear you snoring, and I'm just like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, what am I gonna dream about? Like, what's going on tomorrow? No, it's just like I'm learning to slip into sleep easier. Thanks to certain things, like
what are you doing to practice it? Because I do two main things. What do you do?
Well,
Three.
The distractions. Like I think I like having certain sounds on.
Yeah.
Like if it's dead silent. Like if I hear any sort of movement or like it kind of like wakes my body up. Like
yeah, of course.
So like if I'm slipping into a dream and then all of a sudden I hear that, then I'm awake, and I'm not going back to sleep for another 10 minutes.
That sucks.
So yeah, and you'll just like hear it and be like, oh, what was that? And then
unless I go running out, like
yeah.
a rhinoceros into the rest of the house.
Yeah.
One time we thought that the house was getting broken into, and
I didn't.
Well, Rachel didn't. I did. I don't know if I was dreaming about something, but I just like tore out into the like instantaneous. It was. I got all the way to like the middle of the house before I figured out that
black in the house. So
before I figured out that I was chasing after somebody that wasn't there apparently, but
yeah. So like. And bad dreams, like what about those? Like nightmares?
I think that's what I think you're seeing something there. Like I had a nightmare sort of dream one time that I had to walk into this like huge cathedral, and I was like a SWAT team person, and this like banshee looking thing, like white witch, sort of white hair, like all like zombied out, came and started running at me, and I was like, oh shit, and I was kind of calm, and I remember just like having this like super calm, like I'm gonna get this. And she came like jumping off the balcony. So she's like supernatural kind of looking thing, and she's like scream bloody murder, scary shit. But I was like super calm in the dream, and which is really funny because I'm a huge wimp when it comes to scary movies. But and in the dream, and this wasn't just me in the dream, it was like 50-50 if I'm in the dream. I'm like 50-50 in the dream and 50-50 watching a movie. But I just like shot her in the head. In the dream. And I remember getting that one analyzed, and the guy was like, well, I imagine you just killed one of your fears. You just confronted a fear in your dream. I was like, I don't know what that fear was. Yeah, I got her.
Clowns.
It was not the fear of clowns. I will not see the movie It. If anybody's seen the movie It, let me know how it is in the comments below. The movie It, like, super just terrible, like, ruined me when I was like 4 or 5 years old, or 5 or 6 years old. Or
did you get nightmares?
I got a lot of nightmares. But dreams are like, I find dreams a little bit more interesting than I think most people do, just because I remember the first time that I didn't have a nightmare, and I was like, I think I was in first grade.
You didn't.
I remember I had I would have a nightmare. I would have a nightmare I woke up without any dream at all. I had a nightmare every single night. I was terrified of the dark. I mean,
awful.
Yeah, it was like the worst dream. Some of them were like reoccurring dreams too. There was like these cat people that I was like a slave to.
Well,
My mom and I were a slave to. It was like the weirdest, and it was like a progressive dream, like reoccurring but progressive, like a TV show. It's terrifying. So I don't know what nightmares mean.
That is like also kind of the thing I like about being able to control your dreams, because like when you go into that kind of dark spot in your mind and you're like, no, I'm gonna wake myself up, because I used to have like the weirdest like a little girl sitting on my chest and like choking me, but it's like I was in the bedroom sleeping.
I had the choking dream.
You just have to like force yourself out of that. Like you need to wake up fully and get out of that dream and slip into something else. Otherwise,
I just sat there with it. When I had the choking dream, I was like, I kind of had the wherewithal to be like, nobody's here. I'm I'm in my room all by myself. Nobody's in this house. But yeah, if someone would have been like, if someone would have bet me $5,000 that there was a person choking me right at that moment, I would have been like, I would have been like, yeah, there's somebody choking me, and I would have been wrong and had to give up $5,000. But I thought for sure somebody. I was like, no, you are perfectly safe. Confront this. Sit with this. I really think dreams are, like, they're symbolic. Like, there's something there. If you're scared in a dream, you need to sit with that dream and you need to face that head on. Because everybody's got this, like, dark, dreary, shitty place, like their inner rascal or whatever you want to call it. Your inner hell, your...
Yeah, it's not even, like, necessarily a dream. It's like a feeling. It's like you don't like the direction that it's going. It's not positive. It's like dark. Like you're going to this stressful kind of sleep. Like I don't get anything out of that. It makes me feel like crap in the morning if I have dreams like that all night.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're exhausted, but, like, if you didn't confront that...
I know, yeah, you can confront.
If that's in your subconscious, and you can confront it within your dream...
I'd rather not. What do you mean?
If it is in your subconscious, and you can confront it there within the dream, why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Because sometimes it's like physical pain.
Yeah, I know,
but it gets to the point where I'm just like, it's so physical that, like, I can't breathe, and I have to wake myself up. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just...
What if that fear was the fear that was holding you back from everything that you want in your life? What was it? It was the fear of bonding. It was the fear of, I don't know, like doing the coffee shop. It was the fear of success. It was the fear of love. It was the fear of, you know, like all these fears that everybody has a certain amount of.
Well, in that moment, I don't know. I just know, I don't even know what the dream is about. I just know that it's like something is not, it's like almost evil.
Everybody's got like,
and not,
like to not acknowledge like the evil side of you would be really sad. Like everybody's got
I'm acknowledging it, but I just, in that moment, like that dream is just too much for me. It's just, it's physical pain. I don't want to experience it while I'm sleeping. I want to like, I want to recharge, not wake up feeling defeated and like beat up.
But if you run from it, you do get defeated.
I'm not running from it.
If you wake up, well...
I think when I am able to get out of that dream, I feel like I've defeated it. Okay. I'm like, oh, you're not going to get me tonight. You're not going to...
So you did confront it then?
I think I am, because it's not easy to do. It's hard. It's like you have to like use all of your ability, your mind to wake up and like to realize that what is going on is not real. It's not reality. It's not something that you need to be putting yourself through.
Well, it's as real as you make it.
I know, but like to convince yourself when you're in a dream that something is not real, like when you're supposed to slap yourself in a dream.
You're awake to, like, you think like people like if you're scared to take the risk, you'll never if you're scared to take the risk, if you're scared of losing, you'll never take the risk to win.
Okay. What does that mean?
I lost my train of thought, so I don't really know. But
this is really warm.
Is it? We're about done on time. I don't know. What's if you guys can put down in the comment section below the weirdest dream that you've ever had. I mean, that's opening up a can of worms right there. But if you have the guts to label out the weirdest dream you've ever had, I've had some weird ones. I've given some weird ones. So what do you think? Do you think that there's other perspectives besides... What's your perspective on dreams now?
I think that the mind is powerful. It'll pretty much do whatever it wants. Yeah. So if it's trying to get you to realize something in your dream, then I'll do it. But it also kind of likes to play tricks on you too, I think. Yeah,
I think the further you go, the trickier it gets, but you can use it as a tool.
Yeah, it's like, it almost can psych you out,
yeah.
But like,
but it's trying
like
to do
in
that.
Everyday kind of situations, you can psych yourself out as well.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to push through that. Like the fear thing, you can push yourself out of that as well. Just like a nightmare or a scary dream or whatever it is that brings you to that place.
Yeah. See, like, to me, I look at it like, even that stuff that you were talking about, like, of sitting there and having to deal with the pain, like, I'm like, like I want to sit there. The more I can endure, the stronger I become. The more powerful I become. So like I want to sit there and endure that because I want to confront it. Like the scarier the thing is, the more I want that right in my face, so that I can surpass that. Because once you do that, then you get this mountain of courage on the other side, and then you can do more, and then you can do more, and then you can do more. It might get sneaky and pull up in front of you, and you don't even know it, but
yeah.
Your dreams
That's
put that
why
right in front of your face when you might not want to when you're awake.
Practiced it enough times and like been confronted with it enough times that I can, like, when we're kids, we don't really know what a nightmare is until we just know that we wake up and we're crying, we're scared, and like we don't know what exactly just happened, and it can be a really scary thing. But like now, like when you see certain things when you were a kid that would scare the fuck out of you, it doesn't anymore, and that's
it's because you got that courage.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you've already had to experience it. You've
it's
already
like
had to like move past it and kind of just realize that it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
It's not going. It's just gonna. It's just a thing that happens.
Yeah, like we were talking about that about physical pain the other day, and I was like, there's no excuse to react to physical pain. Like toughen up. The more physical pain that you can deal with and not react to, like the better off you're gonna be.
That's the same thing. It's like when you're a kid, like you don't really know what's going on. Like, am I dying? Oh my god, I have a cut. I'm bleeding. Oh my god. Usually when you see blood, it means you're dying.
But like to me,
but
I
now,
care enough to be
when
like, no, get up and deal with it.
It's like, oh, I've experienced this before. I know what to do. I know what to expect. Yeah. I know it's gonna hurt like crap, but I can deal with it because I've already had to do it before.
But if you focus on the pain, you just get more pain.
I'm not saying focus on the pain. I'm just saying you have a plan for when that pain comes. You know, you've already gone through these steps. You've already gone through things like this in your head before.
But if your plan is to run from the fear, or if your plan is to stand there and confront it.
Aaron has a dream, I think.
No, he already wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we said that we'd finish this at 1.
Ian did.
Ian has a dream?
I think. I don't know. I didn't even see.
Rachel, you're saying to wake up so you can realize in reality that the fear and the dreams are irrational, so you take them head on in reality rather in the dream.
Oh, wait. Okay. Let me read that again. So you can...
So maybe a good time to sign off.
All right.
What did get
we'll
on?
Come back to that.
It's
just on here.
This is kind of funny. All right, thanks for being here, guys. We'll answer that question. What are you doing?
I got it.
This is fun. All right, thanks, guys. I'll answer that question soon. All right, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. We're back tomorrow.